Students, let's do Brahmanath. Om. Om. Santi, Santi, Santi. Swasth.
Good morning students, welcome back to class again. Today we are going to start another topic from your cell structure and function, that is your nucleus, which is also known as your brain of the cell. Okay, we previously have discussed several cell organelles, structure and their functions. This is one of your important cell organelle. Okay, before going to today's class, let us discuss about some important topics what we have discussed in previous class. In previous class, what we have discussed? We have discussed about the structure of cilia, flagella and centrosome. In cilia and flagella, these are the locomotory organelles that are mostly helps in the locomotion of organism. It may be gametes, it may be organism, prokaryotic organism, or some eukaryotic organism, or the parts of your eukaryotic organism. It may be respiratory system. Okay, most of the cell having your flagella and the cilia structure. These are usually similar in structure. Both are having the basal body and the basal plate structure, and besides that they are having some difference in them. What is the difference? That here cilia are smaller in size, that are more in number, but flagella are larger in size and they are very small in number, or 1 to 2 flagella is present. Mostly the cilia and flagella, they are having the 9+2 arrangement. What is 9+2 arrangement? That is, they are having the 9 peripheral doublet fibers, and in the center there is presence of 2 singlet fibers. That's why the cilia and flagella showing the 9+2 arrangement, and their main function is the locomotion of the organelle or the organism. And in centrosome we have discussed about the central structure. That is, centrosome consists of 2 centrioles, and each centriole it is consists of 9+0 arrangement. What is 9+0 arrangement? That is, it is having 9 peripheral triplet fibers that are known as your A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are peripheral fibers, and in the center there is no fiber is present. That's why it is showing the 9+0 arrangement. And the main function of the centriole, what is the main function of centriole? The main function is that they mostly helps in the formation of spindle fiber, and that spindle fiber it is present in the cell division process, that mostly helps in the transport of chromosomes during the cell division process. That spindle fiber helps. Okay, then let us come to today's class, that is your nucleus. It is the main organelle that coordinates most of the function of our cell, like the brain, which mostly the main content of our body that controls all the activity of our body. Like that, the nucleus it is also known as the brain of the cell, and it is the largest cell organelle. It is the largest cell organelle, and it is having a double membrane structure. It is having double membrane first discovered by Robert Brown. Discovered by Robert Brown in 1839. Robert Brown first discovered, where he discovered in the root cell of orchid. Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in the root cell of orchid plant. Okay, orchid it is a plant. Then most of the nucleus it is having genetic material. It is having genetic material. That is, genetic material it is mainly of 2 types. That is your DNA and RNA. Okay, mostly it is having the DNA inside your chromosome. Okay, then this genetic information it is present inside nucleus. Who discovered that that is genetic information it is present inside the nucleus? the genetic information present inside nucleus is discovered by Hammerling in which year? That is 1953. Okay. Then where he discovered the genetic organization or the genetic material which is present inside the nucleus, he discovered this. Hammerling discovered this inside one algae. What is the name of that algae? That is Acetabularia. Okay. Acetabularia. It is one of your algae which contains the genetic material. It is discovered by your Hammerling. Okay. The nucleus, it is known as your brain. Why? Because it contains the genetic material. Okay. Note down these points. Then we will discuss about the number. How the organisms varies according to their number. That is, they may contain uninucleate or two nuclei or more than two nuclei. Then we will discuss about the shape and size. Okay. Note down these points. Now let us discuss about some important number, how the cells are appearing in a cell. Based on their function and structure of your cell, different types of cells may have different number of nucleus. Mostly the nucleus appear in four forms. That is your first, that is uninucleate. Then second one, binucleate. Then third one, multinucleate. Then fourth one, anucleate. And this is your number of nucleus. Okay, in uninucleate means they are having the uni means single nucleus. Most of the cells, they are having the uninucleate structure. It is most of the cells you will find they are having single nucleus. But here binucleate means bi means two. Okay, bi means here two nucleus. Where you can find two nucleus? Yes, that is in case of Paramecium. You can find two nuclei. And multinucleate, where you find in plant and animals, you can find the multinucleate condition. That is more than two. Okay, multinucleate means more than two. You can find both in plant and also animal. Multinucleate condition is present. And in case of plant, the multinucleate cell, it is known as your sinusotic condition. What is that? Sinusotic. And in case of animal, it is known as your syncytial. Syncytial cell. Okay. In case of animal, that is the example of your striated muscle fibers. That is example, striated muscle fiber. Where do you find these striated muscle fibers? Mostly you can see the cardiac fibers or cardiac cells and the skeleton. These are having the cardiac cells, the skeleton. These cells are having the multinucleate condition, and that multinucleate condition having or called it as your syncytial cell. And in case of plant, what is that term? It is known as your sinusotic condition, or we call it as your multinucleated condition. You can read in case of plant cells. And then anucleate, where do you find anucleate? Anucleate means there is absent of nucleus. What is that? Absent of nucleus. Where do you find most of your RBC cell? We have earlier discussed in cell that RBC cells, or the red blood cells, those are present in animal cells. They are devoid of your nucleus. That is matured RBC cells, matured RBC. What is the full form of RBC? That is red blood cells or red blood corpuscles. Then sieve cells. Sieve cell that is found inside your phloem. Okay, these are some important numbers that are found inside your nucleus or inside the cell. You will find the deviation of number, that is uninucleate, that is present of single nucleus, binucleate, that is presence of two nucleus inside parenchyma, multinucleate means more than two number of nucleus are present inside a single nucleus. That is, suppose this is your nucleus. Okay, this is the cell. These are having more number of nucleus which are present inside your cell. That is known as a multinucleated condition. And anucleate means there is absence of nucleus. You can see the absence of nucleus in case of matured RBC cells. And inside your sieve cells or the vascular system, phloem, which mainly is the part of your vascular system along with your xylem. Okay, these are some important features about the number. Then if you consider about the position, suppose if you consider about position, mostly nucleus is present at the center. Nucleus is present at the center of cell. In case of animal, cell, nucleus it is present in the center. But in case of plant cells, in case of young plants, that are present at the center. But when the plant matures, that nucleus it is transferred to the periphery. Suppose this is your cell, this is your plant cell. In case of young plants, the nucleus it is present inside the center. But if the cell or the cell matures, that is plant cell matures, we know that the plant cell having the vacuole structure. It is a large central structure present at the center. Due to the presence of the vacuole, the nucleus is transferred to the periphery. This is known as the transfer of the nucleus to the periphery. Okay, you can find nucleus in plants present towards periphery. Mature plant cells. Okay, in animal cell it is present at the center, but in case of plant cells, if it is young, it is present at the center. But if the plant cell matures, or in case of matured plants, the nucleus is transferred to the periphery. Why it transfers? Because due to the presence of the vacuole, as the matured plants having the larger vacuole structure. And in case of animal cells, also you can find the nucleus is also present at the periphery. In case of adipocytes, that is fat storing cells. Okay, these are the cells or the adipocytes which are present inside your animal cells, and mostly it also having the nucleus near the periphery, not in the center. It is the devoid of your animal cells. Okay, note down these points and we will discuss about the shape and size of your nucleus. Then let us discuss about some shape and size. Okay, the shape of nucleus is around rounded, cylindrical, or it may be cuboidal. Okay, and size is around 5 to 25 micrometer. Okay, there variation in the nucleus structure. Okay, it may be rounded in shape, it may be cylindrical, or it may be cuboidal shape. According to the function, the nucleus varies in different cells, and the size is around 5 to 25 micrometer. And mostly nucleus having the different structures inside the nucleus. What we find? The outer nuclear membrane, it is covered by a membrane. It is covered by a nuclear membrane. Okay, it is the first component of your nucleus, and inside the nucleus there is presence of a fluid that is known as the nucleoplasm, which is a part of your protoplasm. Okay, along with your cytoplasm, nucleoplasm is also considered as a part of your protoplasm. Okay, and next point we have your nuclear matrix. And inside nucleus or inside the nucleoplasm, you have your nucleolus, and another important structure, that is your chromatin. Okay, outer covering is your nuclear membrane, and inside the nucleus you have the nucleoplasm, which is a fluid-like structure, and inside that you have the nuclear matrix, nucleolus, and chromatin fiber. Okay, these are some important structures. Separately we will discuss about each element. First, let us discuss about the nuclear membrane. Chromatin fiber, that is your chromatin reticulum. Okay. The nuclear membrane, or it is known as your karyotheca. Okay, the first structure which covers the nucleus, that is called as your karyotheca or nuclear membrane, and it is having two unit membrane structure. It is having, or nucleus having, two unit membrane structure. Okay, suppose you can draw the diagram of the nuclear membrane. Okay, this is the two unit membrane structure of your nucleus, and this is known as your outer membrane and this one, the inner one, it is known as your inner membrane. And the space, you can see the space which is present in between two membranes. This space, it is known as your perinuclear space. What is that space known? It is known as your perinuclear space. Okay, you can write that point. It is having two unit membrane structures, that is an outer membrane and one inner membrane. You can write that. It is having a outer membrane and outer membrane which is linked with endoplasmic reticulum and ribosome on the surface. Okay, you can find on the surface of the outer membrane, that is it is the extension of your endoplasmic reticulum, and it is having the, as we know, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is having your ribosome. You can find ribosome and the extension of your endoplasmic reticulum, that is present inside your outer membrane, and the inner membrane, it is present towards your nucleoplasm. Okay, suppose this is your cell. Okay, inside the cell there is presence of your nucleus. It is known as your nucleoplasm, and outside the nucleoplasm there is presence of your cytoplasm. Okay. In between two membrane, the space is called perinuclear space. Okay, and both inner and outer membrane is around 60 to 90 angstrom. Okay, and perinuclear space is around 100 to 100 angstrom in thickness, and you can find, here you can see the pores are present in between the structure of your nucleus or the outer covering. There is presence of a pore. These pores are These are the pores present in membrane is around 600 to 1000 angstrom. Okay, that is their breadth or their size, and mostly the pore helps in the transport of protein and RNA. What is the function of the pores? It mostly helps in transport of protein and RNA. Okay, this is the main function of your pore. Suppose this is your cytoplasm and this is known as your nucleoplasm. This is known as your nucleoplasm. Okay, and the most of the protein and RNA. Suppose this is having your protein, RNA, and these protein and RNA are transported through the spores and through the cytoplasm. And the content of the cytoplasm, it is also transported into the nucleoplasm. That is, the inter-transport of your fluids or the different protein of RNA occurs in between your nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. Okay, note on these points, then we will discuss about some few more points. Okay, again another point, that is, we discussed that they are having the large number of pores. Then we can write that point next. Nuclear membrane having large number of nuclear pores. Okay, these are known as your nuclear pores, which are present in between two membranes. So that is your nuclear pore. Okay, these are the structure which mainly helps in the transport of your protein and RNA. We have already told that. Then another important function is that these structures are also blocked by some structures which are present between the pore or in between the pores, like presence of a annulus type structure. There is presence of a cylindrical structure in pore called as annulus, or we call it as a bulb. Okay, this is the structure which is present inside the pore, and it mainly blocks the path of the protein and RNA structure. Along with the annulus and the pore, they forms the pore complex. Along with the annulus plus pore, they forms the which structure? They form the nuclear pore complex. Annulus pore, they form the nuclear pore complex, and this is the nuclear pore. We can write that one. Not pore, this is nuclear pore. This annulus or this nuclear pore complex, it is a 8-fold symmetric structure. What is that? It is having a nuclear pore complex. It is having 8-fold symmetrical structure. That is that is present of two types of ring. One is your cytoplasmic side, another is your nuclear side. The pores or the 8 symmetrical structures which are present towards the cytoplasm, that are known as your cytoplasmic ring. Cytoplasmic ring. And those which are present inside your nucleoplasm, inside your inner membrane, that are known as your nuclear ring. That are known as your nuclear ring. And these two rings, that is cytoplasmic ring and nuclear ring, they form the which structure? That is known as your nuclear basket. Okay, which is present in the annulus or nuclear pore structure. Both the annulus and nuclear pore, they form the which structure? Nuclear pore complex. and that nuclear core complex having two ring structure. One is your cytoplasmic ring, which is present towards your cytoplasm, and another one is your nuclear ring, which is present towards your inner membrane, towards your nucleoplasm. And these two rings form the nuclear basket structure. And the main function of nuclear membrane. What is the function of nuclear membrane? Mainly it transports the genetic material. Transports genetic material, and second one transports macromolecules. These are two important functions. That is, they help in the genetic material transformation and macromolecule. Genetic material means that is DNA and RNA, which are present inside your nucleus. These are transferred to the cytoplasm, and the macromolecules like proteins, enzymes, which are present inside your nucleus, they are transferred to the cytoplasm. The proteins and enzymes which are present inside your cytoplasm, they are also transferred to the nucleus, or through the which structure? To the nuclear core structure. Okay, this is all about the nuclear membrane. Note that points, all points. Then we will discuss about the nucleoplasm. Okay, note down these points. Next important structure, that is your nucleoplasm, or we call it as chyloplasm or karyolith or nuclear sac. These all names are given to one structure, that is your nucleoplasm. It may be karyoplasm. Karyo means the karyo structure. It appears from the term that is your nucleus. It is also known as your karyolith, and it is also known as your nuclear sac. All these names are given to your nucleoplasm. And what is that structure? The inside fluid which is present or inside your nucleus, that is known as the inside protoplasm. The nucleoplasm, it is the protoplasm of nucleus. Okay, we know that protoplasm it is having the two structure, that is your cytoplasm and nucleoplasm. And nucleoplasm is the inner fluid of your nucleus, and cytoplasm it is the inner fluid of your complete cell. Okay, and it is having the protoplasm. And next point next important point is that it is a transparent semi-fluid colloidal substance. Okay, that is the inner content of your nucleoplasm. It is very transparent and very thin structure and very semi-fluid and colloidal. That is, the thickness it is not very hard, slightly liquid in structure. And the important function of the nucleoplasm is it mostly contains the nucleotides and enzymes which is required for the synthesis of your nucleic acid. Nucleic acid, you know, that is it consists of two types, that is your DNA and RNA. And mostly the function of a nucleoplasm, it contains nucleotide and enzymes for synthesis of nucleic acid. Okay, these are some important ingredients, that is your nucleotide and enzymes which are required for your synthesis of nucleic acid. Mostly two types of nucleic acid, that is your DNA and RNA is present. Two types, that is your DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA. Nucleic acid is your two types. RNA full form is your ribonucleic acid. DNA, what is the full form of DNA? That is your deoxyribonucleic acid. You will read details in second year. Okay. Then nucleotide is the combination of your nitrogenous base plus sugar plus phosphoric acid. These three components made the or make your nucleotide, and these are present inside your nucleoplasm, which is needed for the synthesis of DNA. From the DNA there is synthesis of RNA, from RNA there is synthesis of protein, and this is known as the central dogma. You will read in details in second year. Okay. Then another important part of your nucleus is your nuclear matrix. Nuclear matrix. Then what is the nuclear matrix structure? Mostly the nuclear matrix, it is having the protein granules structures. Okay, inside nucleoplasm, the protein containing granules. Okay, these nuclear matrix, these are nothing, these are the protein containing granules which are present inside your nucleoplasm. Okay, these are some important features about your nucleoplasm and nuclear matrix. Note down these points, then we will discuss about the structure of nucleolus. Note down these points. Okay, let us discuss about nucleolus, another important part of your nucleus. It is present inside your nucleus. Okay, suppose this is your nucleus. Okay, then one structure which is present attached to your chromatin fiber, and this structure, this small ball-like structure which is present inside your nucleoplasm, it is known as your nucleolus. Okay, it is a small rounded ball-like structure, present inside nucleoplasm, and it is first discovered by Fontana in 1781, and the name nucleolus, the name is given by Baumann. Okay, then this structure, it is known as your nucleolus, small ball-like structure. It may be present, sometimes it is attached to your chromosome or chromatin fiber, and that point of attachment, it is known as your nuclear organizing region. That is known as your NOR. Okay, what is the full form of NOR? That is nucleolar organizing region. This is the region where nucleolus is attached to chromatin fiber. Okay, mostly you can find the chromatin fiber which is attached to the nucleolus, and that structure it is known as your nucleolar organizing region. Okay, or nucleolar organizing center. Okay, then mostly nucleolus it is having three parts. Then what are these parts? First is your amorphous region, then granular, then fibriller. These are three important components of your nucleolus. That is amorphous region, or we call it as your amorphous matrix. We call it as your amorphous matrix. Then granular region and fibriller region. Then what is the amorphous matrix? It is the inner fluid or inner matrix of your nucleolus. The fluid which is present inside your nucleolus. It is the ground substance. It is the ground semi-fluid substance. Mostly it is having the protein structures. Okay, what is the component of your amorphous matrix? That is, it is having the protein structures. And the granular, it is granule-like, and it is having fibrillar protein. Fibrillar protein plus RNA, and it is having granular protein plus RNA. Okay, this is the basic difference. That is, these are having the granular protein, the granular part, and the fibrillar part. They are having the protein plus RNA, which are fibrillar structure, and it is 150 to 200 angstrom, and the fibrillar is around 50 to 80 angstrom. Okay, granular protein RNA which are present in the granular region, these are 150 to 200 angstrom, but the fibrillar protein, these are 50 to 80 angstrom. These are important parts of your nucleolus. That is your amorphous matrix, granular region, and fibrillar region. Note down these points, then we will discuss about function of nucleolus. Then what is the main function of your nucleolus? That is function of nucleolus. Okay, then it synthesizes and stores RNA, and it also synthesizes ribosome, and the most of the nuclear cytoplasmic proteins that are also transported through the nucleolus. Cytoplasmic proteins synthesized from ribosome are stored inside nucleolus. Okay, these are some important functions. That is, they help in the synthesis and storage of your RNA, and they helps in the synthesis of your ribosome, which is the main component of your protein synthesis. And then the proteins which are synthesized inside your cytoplasm, that are transported to your nucleolus, and it is stored inside that. Then another important structure of your nucleolus, it is your chromatin reticulum. Okay, what are chromatin reticulum? These are network of chromatin fibers. These are network of chromatin fibers, and it mainly consists of protein plus DNA, protein and DNA. That is the network-like structures which are attached to the nucleolus, that are known as your chromatin reticulum, and they mostly contains the DNA, which is the main component of your replication and main component of your transcription. From the DNA there is the formation of RNA. Then these proteins and DNA, these are attached or these are present inside your chromatin fibers, and these chromatin fibers, these are condensed during cell division. Okay, what is the main function of condensation? That is, the chromatin fibers which are present inside your nucleus, they become condensed and mostly thickened by they form the structure that is your chromosome. Why they condensed? To form the chromosome structures. That chromosome contains the DNA. Okay, these are some important features about your nucleolus. Wrote down these points, then we will discuss about function of nucleolus. Okay, note down these points. Now let us discuss about some important functions. Already we have discussed by several parts, nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, and their definite function we have discussed separately. Now let us recall what are some functions. That is, first the nuclear membrane. Already you know it is the outer covering of the nucleus, and it mainly provides separate cell to the nucleus, and mostly it helps in the synthesis of surface protein as the outer membrane. It is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum and it is having the ribosome. That's why they mostly involved in the synthesis of protein. And the nucleoplasm, which is the semi-fluid substance which is present inside your nucleus, that is known as your nucleoplasm. And that nucleoplasm, it provides the surface or the space for the structure, that is your nucleolus and chromatin fibers. And inside the chromatin fibers, these are condensed to form the chromosome during the cell division process. That chromosome is also present inside your nucleoplasm. And nuclear pore, we have discussed, the membrane are having the nuclear pore structure. And these nuclear pore, the mostly helps in the transport of macromolecules like several RNA, proteins. These are transported from the cytoplasm to the nucleoplasm. And from the nucleoplasm, the RNA is synthesized and the ribosomes are also synthesized. And these are transferred from the nucleoplasm to the cytoplasm. RNA is synthesized and stored inside your nucleoplasm. That's why the synthesized RNA, which is synthesized from your DNA, it is transported to the cytoplasm because for the synthesis of protein. And next it is your nucleolus, that is it is the site for the synthesis of protein, and it maintains the cell growth. And the main function of the nucleus, overall function, what is the main overall function? That is, it mainly helps in the cell growth. How they maintain the cell growth? Because most of the proteins are synthesized by the RNA, which are synthesized from your nucleolus. That's why they are involved in the cell growth process. And it also regulates several cell metabolism, like cell division process. From one cell there is production of different types of cells, and contains genetic information, that is the nucleus, it is having the chromosome, and inside the chromosome there is they are having the DNA, and the DNA having the character. That's why it is said that they are having the genetic information. And last, they contribute to the evolution. How they contribute to the evolution? Evolution means the advancement of character. That is, they show the genetic variation. They show genetic variation. That is, as they are having the gene, their continuously evolution occurs by some specific characters. Okay, these are some important features about the nucleus we have discussed. How? That's why your nucleus, it is known as your principal cell organelle or brain of the cell. Okay, we have discussed the nucleus. Go through these points. Okay, next class we will discuss about important structure, that is your chromosome. See you in next class. Thank you.